Back on the Nation at 5 with news just coming through, and Pakistan has now borrowed from Congress's playbook. And now the Foreign Office spokesperson Asim Iftikhar has said that Indian occupation forces have martyred at least 30 Kashmiris in fake encounters, saying it exposes the unspeakable violence being perpetrated by the Hindutva-inspired extremist BJP, RSS combined. So once again, the Kong-Pak narrative seems to be the same. It seems to be the same playbook. Many a times in the past, whatever has been tweeted, said by certain Congress leaders has been copied, pasted quite literally and posted by the Pakistani leadership and vice versa. And something similar once again happening. Now, this is not a coincidence. Is one drafting the other's playbook, or are they sharing the same playbook? कि भाई इस पेज पे आप तुम ये लिख रहे हो, चलो मैं भी यही लिखूंगा. It's like copying in an exam sheet, Tejinder Sodhi, as you join us live. Do answer paper same.
Anand, this is not for the first time. Yes, Anand. It seems that you have hit the hammer on the head of the nail. You see, this is not for the first time. If you remember, after the abrogation of Article 370 from Jammu and Kashmir and the abrogation of Article 35A, Congress President Rahul Gandhi made certain statements, and those statements were verbally quoted in the so-called dossier which Pakistan government presented in the United Nations. So it seems that whatever the Congress party is saying, Congress party seems they have been writing the script for Pakistan on their propaganda on Kashmir. You see, the 30 so-called innocent Kashmiris which a Pakistani foreign ministry spokesperson is referring to, majority of them, they were hardcore terrorists. They were responsible for the killing of minorities in Kashmir. They were responsible for various terror attacks. Pakistan, though they did quote about the Haidarpura encounter, the government of the Jammu and Kashmir, they have already constituted a committee which would look into the encounter and the allegations which have come forth. Even the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, Manoj Sinha, has given 15 days time. He has said that the inquiry committee, which would be headed by the additional district magistrate of Srinagar, would look into the allegations which have been levelled. So far, these are allegations; they haven't been proved. So, India is a democracy wherein every such allegation is thoroughly looked into. Unlike Pakistan, where in Balochistan, hundreds and thousands of
Pakistan Foreign Office is not counting the number of lives that have been taken by Pak-sponsored bullets. The number of lives that have been taken by Pak-sponsored bullets. Each one of the lives, yes, especially innocent civilians being targeted, is because they are all Pak proxies and they are all being propped up by Pakistan. All the arms and weapons are coming from across the border from Pakistan, which are landing here, and innocent lives have been claimed. So shouldn't we be counting the Pak bullets, and shouldn't Pakistan be counting the Pak bullets? That is the big aspect. So then, is Pakistan then admitting that they are rabid, radical Islamists who are sitting there as part of the government, totally fundamentalist, not the liberal, moderate Pakistan that they want to project themselves as they are. Tejinder Sodhi, thank you for your inputs. We're going to move on. Before we wind up this edition of the Nation at 5, it's a quick check on what has been our campaign to spread vaccine awareness. Sanjeevni, a shot of life. So there are 97,600 plus sites which are conducting vaccinations. States are sitting on a stock of more than 25 crore doses. The total number of doses administered, first dose administered to more than 76 crore people, and this number is slowly inching towards 40 crore. So the gap is now perhaps reducing for the second dose, with about 40 crore doses, 38.96 crore, so it should be 39 crore very soon. More than 66 lakh vaccinations today, and partially first dose is 20 lakhs, and the second dose, the fully vaccinated second dose, is close to 4.6 million or 46 lakhs, nearly 5 million. So this number is going up. So there could be a scenario that many people who had COVID in April, May and June will be due for their second dose, maybe had their first dose already and then got COVID and they had to wait. and or to get their doses. They are all coming now for their first dose and the second dose. And the second doses, after that hiatus or the 83-day hiatus, in the next 15 to 20 days, we could have a huge chunk of this audience which has already got its first dose due for their second vaccinations. So there could be a scenario that there could be a sudden demand and a sudden spike in the total number of registrations for the second dose and people wanting to go ahead and take their second dose. In the next 2 weeks, there could be a sudden spurt. That could be a trend that we would see. But it's heartening to see that the total number of second dose vaccinations is fast going up. Now, staying with Sanjeevani and many of the stories to say, one of the big aspects is that in remote towns and villages in the desert district of Jaisalmer, children have been affected by malnourishment. Now, the lockdown also impacted health services, especially for pregnant women. Now, Rajasthan government's doctors are saying the impact is now being seen as there has been a rise in children born with deformities. Network 18 and Federal Bank's vaccine awareness campaign, Sanjeevani, a Shot of Life, gets you this ground report.
Malnourished and weak. A common sight inside this government hospital in Sam in Rajasthan's Jaisalmer district.
आपके जो बच्चे हैं वो हट्टे गट्टे हैं या कमजोर है, पतले हैं, दुबले हैं?
कमजोर है, बिल्कुल पतले।
The reason government doctors say lack of nutritious and healthy food.
बच्चों को आप क्या सब्जी वगैरह यहाँ मिलती है, दे पाते हैं?
नहीं मिलती है, बिल्कुल नहीं मिलती है। तो भाई 88 किलोमीटर दूर है, वो तो सब्जी वब्जी नहीं है।
मेनली यहाँ पे जो ग्रीन लीफी वेजिटेबल है, हरी पत्तेदार सब्जियाँ, उनकी सप्लाई बिल्कुल ही नहीं रहती है, जिससे हमको जनरली देखने में आता है ज़्यादातर बच्चे और गर्भवती महिलाएं माल न्यूट्रिशन का शिकार रहती है, उनमें कमजोरी रहती है, आयरन की कमी हो जाती है हरी सब्जियाँ नहीं मिलने से। और जैसा कि आप देख पा रहे हैं, फ्रूट्स वगैरह की यहाँ कोई सप्लाई रहती नहीं है, तो बच्चे और गर्भवती महिलाएं फ्रूट्स नहीं खाते हैं, तो माल न्यूट्रिशन कहीं ना कहीं उनमें इस क्षेत्र में इस वजह से ज़्यादा पाया जा रहा है।
In remote villages in the Thar desert, lockdowns made it impossible for pregnant women to go for checkups. Doctors reveal many babies born now severely affected.
प्रेग्नेंट फीमेल को अगर कई बार प्रॉपर न्यूट्रिशन नहीं लेती हो, हर तरह का जो उसको रिक्वायरमेंट उनको अगर सफिशिएंट नहीं मिल पाती, तो बच्चा कई बार मेंटली रिटार्डेड हो जाता है। तो ऐसे 2-3 केस देखने को मिले हैं। हमारा प्रयास वैसे 100% ANC कवर करने का रहता है, लेकिन कोरोना काल में कई बार महिलाएं विजिट नहीं कर पाई हॉस्पिटल और कहीं वो आउट ऑफ रीच रह गई, जिनकी वजह से कुछ ऐसी समस्याएं आई है।
Thankfully now, medical services now returning to normal.
There are questions about, do we need, is it time for a booster shot? Should there be provisions made for it? For those who already got their 2 vaccinations, those who are due for their second vaccination may have some doubts with the changing weather. Should they get it now? Those who are just recovered from COVID may have questions. Also, whether or not you think your DNA has been altered, other questions like that. So we have a WhatsApp helpline as part of Sanjeevani, a Shot of Life, our campaign with our partners, Federal Bank. The number is 7977773753. Information that's been vetted, cross-checked, and that is 100% trustworthy. So go ahead, send in your questions to this number, get your answers. The number is 7977773753.